Hello everybody. As some of you may be able to tell, I am here and in my car, and the reason being is because my husband does not know that I am making this video. He has seen me recording him, but he hasn't figured out why, and I wanted to produce this and give you a glimpse into his life without there being any barriers to you being able to see what he does and who he truly is. So take a look at this.
Verse 13 and verse 12, he tore his garment, that represents never again.
One thing that has always stood out clearly to me is my husband saying that this is not something that I wanted. And I've always ran from it, but I have to do it because it's what God has called me to do. It was He who gave some as apostles, some as prophets, some as evangelists, and some as pastors. This saying is true. If someone aspires to the office of overseer or pastor, he desires a good work, but they must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, temperate, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, and an able teacher. Not a drunkard, not violent, but gentle, not contentious, and free from the love of money.
Hey,
Yes.
it's time for you to get up if you're running late. Hey, where are you headed?
Work.
Though some
Going to work?
pastors have the privilege
Enjoy
of
your
pastoring
day.
full-time, Pastor Lewis doesn't and works a secular job
you.
as well as
So
pastoring.
something else that people fail to realize is that we both work, but ministry still has to go forth throughout the day as we plan and prepare. So you can see that I have text messages that started today at 8:35 a.m. Those are all communications from just one day in the midst of us both working.
In addition to Pastor Lewis messaging me about details and plans, he's often also getting messages from people asking for prayer requests, and he likes to get back to them in real time, making sure that he's meeting their needs as soon as possible. Often Pastor Lewis designates a location for us to all meet up after work so that we can market in the community.
Flyers is one way that we get the word out about services and events that we have going on. But as you can see, it's raining and coming down pretty hard today, so flyers won't work, and we have to be creative with other ways of communicating with people and getting the word out about our next service. So that'll be done via email and phone calls and text messages.
All of these activities make for a long evening, and I like to go to bed, but Pastor Lewis will stay up and continue the work that needs to be done.
What you doing?
What you need to go forward into what's next.
Studying for it.
I'll never again
Bible study.
see Elijah's face. And the next thing that I have to do
You're not gonna go to bed right now?
No.
When we purchased our home, I just knew that Pastor Lewis was going to want a man cave where he could relax and chill and watch football, but instead his space has been turned into a study room where he strategizes and thinks and takes notes and plans for fresh start and praise for the people that are to come. Nowadays, we tend to hear a lot about pastors who may take advantage of their call and their position. But what we don't hear about is the sacrifice, and that means pastors getting up early during the week to serve people before they go to work. It's giving up their family time on the weekends to do outreach and touch a child who isn't theirs, but whose lives still are in their hands, in place of maybe having a birthday party for their own child or going to a special family event. It means that even on a date night, they may have to take a phone call and pray for someone. It means that after work during the week, they have to try to make special events to impact the community. It means giving up their own food to feed the homeless. It means leading their family to open up their home and invite in strangers who need a place to come so that you can simply get the word out. It means sometimes giving up your birthdays and special occasions and celebrating them after you have just taught Bible study or preached a powerful sermon. You're giving up all of your private time and all of your special moments to assure that you are being obedient to the call of God. And that's a major sacrifice that many people are not willing to take. But I know for Pastor Lewis, it's all worth it when he can look into the eyes of someone who has said, I gave my life to Christ because of what you did. For that, I know that he wouldn't change anything. And I know that he gladly walks in the call of pastorship. And for that, we love him.
There was one thing you wish people knew about pastors that you could tell them, what would it be?
That they're human just like everybody else.
Anything else? What do you think about when you think about the heart of a pastor?
Someone that loves unconditionally. Someone that desires to see people that God has placed them over to grow in their spiritual, emotional, and even financial life.
If there was one misconception you wish you could dispel about pastors, what would it be?
That we're perfect.
What's one thing you wish people knew about Shamar?
I never wanted to pastor.
Okay.
I never wanted to pastor. I desire to do what God has called me to do.
This has been a very small glimpse into some of what it takes to pastor, and I hope that it has encouraged you to know that pastors are more than just money seekers and those out trying to take advantage of people, but that they truly are ones who have sacrificed their lives to operate in the call to preach the word to you in hopes of changing your life. Pray for your covering, lift them up, and acknowledge that they are imperfect humans walking in the grace of God.